Welcome back. So what I showed in the last very long session was that Hilork Fighter BO is overpowered with the Faith Amulet, and therefore can continue to be viable through Zot, despite the relative disadvantages of a party of orcs facing AoE and multiplicative by monster damage sources in Zot. Basically, the way BO is balanced, smiting isn't supposed to be plentiful enough to counter those damage sources, and BO actions to followers, such as healing, aren't supposed to be frequent enough to survive for the Orc Warlords, etc., to survive in that environment. But with the Faith Amulet, it boosts the availability of Smite and the frequency of BO actions. I'm assuming the latter. Yeah, it should boost the latter as well, because that's on a probability basis, and Faith just increases piety, which leads to a higher probability of action. So yeah, it breaks that balance. I don't think it would do very well in Hell and Pan and Abyss, but up through Zot, it's still definitely viable, as was demonstrated by my inability to kill the 4 immortal Orc Warlords, which was pretty awesome, so I don't regret doing it. But that did screw up my intended God Branch progression. So for the purposes of demonstrating the essential combos, I need to go back and do that correctly, which means restarting my Hilork Fighter, which is fine. I kind of wanted to do that anyway, because that was a pretty sweet run, an early Ellie, and some amazing negative energy based flails, or maces, I guess. They were maces. So I'd rather do a run that's a bit higher difficulty. Now, part of what makes the essential combos interesting is that one should take into account the sequence of altars that appear, and so if Ellie is on the last possible floor, then it's not optimal to take her, I don't think. Or I suspect, I haven't proven that. But there are other high invo gods that would make a better choice if their altar appears earlier. However, I won't be demonstrating that aspect, because I want to focus on, showing the strongest version of the essential combo, so I'll try to wait for an Ellie altar. The other high invo gods that I think would be appropriate, Zen for a standard good gods progression, and then I think Uskaya is pretty strong when combined with Orc Cleaving, and gives him some ability, which is good, the ability to close. So those would be my top picks for high invo Hilork Fighter gods. And TSO is not bad either, because one assumes that one can either switch to another good god, or else drop down to, for example, Uskaya, worst case. So anyway, those are my preliminary thoughts prior to saying goodbye to Galost Fiawk, whose grief at betraying his 4 immortal companions is so immeasurable that he finds he simply cannot continue on this plane of existence. His heart will not outlast his brothers. He must pass on to the paradise of the good gods. Yes, I do want to abandon this character. I don't think there's any question that he could, escape with the orb, he could go on and do extended, whatever. But I'm just going to quit him now. He's already got 3 pips of piety just from his donation, which he donated half his gold, and he still has 14k, so that was a 14k donation. I wonder if that will get higher. Maybe I'll just wait for a bit. Ration. Yep, went up to 4. 5. Can we get 6? Okay, so 14k donation goes to 5 pi. 5 pips. So that's useful to know. It would be useful to know exactly what the cutoff is between 4 and 5 pips when one donates. So one knows how long one should wait before entering a challenging branch. But, I mean, slime isn't challenging, so at most one would wait in order to maximize one's mutation resistance before entering slime, but probably just traveling there would be a long enough wait. I'm not sure. Anyway, goodbye, Galost. Should have even more resources, but I stopped looting. 620k points. So if I look at my high score, well, there's only... Why is he not? Oh, because it was whiz mode. Okay, it's not scored. Whatever. Okay, I've rolled Hill Orc Fighter Giac, and I looked up how to pronounce that second K, and I think that's how to do it, but I don't want to say that the whole time. So, at the risk of being accused of starting vault scumming, I mean, this is a fine starting vault, there's nothing wrong with it, but the name is too unwieldy. I could say Gish. Gish. It's just, I don't like the name. So I'm going to quit him. Well, he's like the second guy I've quit without starting whiz mode. Let's hope for a better name. Okay, Giac. Giac. Okay, this isn't a real language, so I'm just going to go with Giac, and that'll have to be good enough. So I'll note his existence. Okay, first thing to train is definitely axes, because its marginal cost is the lowest of our primary skills, and it's also just the lowest of useful skills, except for stealth, but stealth is not useful. I mean, Giac probably has a positive stealth score that's just sub 1 pip, because he's only wearing scale mail, but it's a bad investment long term. He'll probably pick up some armor that'll wipe that out. If not, I can revisit training a little bit in a while. I should have these pickups customized in my init file, and I will do that once I organize my notes. I can get it right for all the different species. Whoa! Elect dagger, straight out of the gate. That is brutal. Okay. Well, I'm sure that can 2-shot. If not 1-shot. Probably can 1-shot. Maybe? I'm not sure. I guess I can fsim it. There's no reason not to. For science, right? But I'm going to assume it's a 2-shot if not a 1-shot and behave based on that, but we'll fsim it for science. So that's 23. Yeah, he can 1-shot. So that's super scary. I do have stones. So that's a decent chance of taking him out before he steps to. The other option here is the scrolls. Immolation would be game ending though. So instead of blind reading that scroll, I'm just going to quaff might and then throw stones. Excellent. I lose my might potion, but in compensation I gain an elect dagger, which means once I pick it up, that it's time to start training daggers. It's a fantastic weapon. It doesn't give, it gives very spiky damage output. So, but it goes through armor and counters. Yeah, it counters armor. And I might be able to get better average damage out of it than the axe already at this point. I think I do. So I'll probably train both short blades and axes to secondary now. If we do a little bit more fsim, what's a good monster to test on? Like a Giac? I guess a Giac is fine. 5.1 with 66% accuracy versus 7.5, 73%. So yeah, it's just better. 1v1 already. Now the issue is the accuracy doesn't accurately reflect the variance in the damage output, because most of that, the vast majority, is coming from elect procs, which are less frequent than hits. So the axe is probably still more reliable. Something that may become relevant. Okay. I've got might, so I don't need to be timid right now. Just go for the maximum tile reveal. Okay, no more might. Which means I now prefer corridors where my elect dagger can be used to best effect. And now I have a might potion as well, which will pair very nicely with the elect dagger, because might does additional damage per swing, and a dagger swings quickly. So that increases my confidence to explore in the open. I want to hold this choke point. Okay, so fighting now. And throwing can go to secondary. Nothing else needs training. Except possibly stealth. I'll hold off on that since I'm so bad at it. It would likely be wasted. More AC is good. Oka is a fine god for Hillwork Fighter. You would turn him into more of a skirmisher, but that's quite acceptable. I guess I'll take the pole arm. Situationally useful. Two, three, four, five. Oka doesn't solve the Hillwork Fighter's primary problem, though. He doesn't really have an issue using the equipment that he finds. The skirmishing boost is nice. Okay, I'm going to descend a stair so I can blind quaff this 2-stack in preparation. Useless. Head down. Blind read the scrolls 2-stack. Teleport. First adder. I'd rather engage him here. That +1 dagger was very useful there. I'll be leveling int. Fedhas is an invo god, high invo, but he gets going far too slowly. He's much better as a mid-game god when one has a stack of rations. Okay, there's a hallway. This is fine. Secure the retreat to the stair. Nothing to it. Just watching my flank while I deal. Rue is a bad choice. Dith is a bad choice. I mean, Rue is for tanking, and Hillwork Fighter makes a good tank, so it's not like the worst choice. Dith is pretty irrelevant. There's no stealth on a Hillwork Fighter, so... Norwegian. Got 3 rations, so good time to switch stairs. Sorry, I've got 3 chunks, 1 ration. Okay, where to next? I wanted the adder to have no stored energy when he reached me adjacent, so I backed up to let him close the last bit of distance so I would get the first attack, rather than throwing another stone for low damage. Okay, do I want to keep wrapping around? I don't think so. I think I want to go here. Just limiting my exposure to angles of attack. Being mindful of the lack of stealth. Out of ration, out of chunks. And only one ration means I need to get aggressive. Now I have no chunks, but I am not hungry. Could have fought that one a little bit better. It doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, I need to watch my skills. Okay, that's looking good. Train axes for a level. Hold off on short blades. Now I do another level of short blades too, because the dagger's really good. Still have chunks. That's good. Nothing I want on the floor. Bunch of scrolls to blind read. No potions. No 2-stack potions. Amnesia. Blink. Fog. Still have chunks to do triple visitation. There's an extra ration that helps. And there's a centaur that hurts. It's better than him catching me out in the open though. So I think go up. Ouch. Wait. Hungry, no chunks. I'll give it one more attempt. Maybe I can OS him. If that went any worse, I would have needed to use my might potion. There's no escaping him. Rest up. Before I uncover more tiles, I want to find a third stair. No more rations, no more chunks. Looks like I can achieve link up with this stair. That's good. Hound. Just take him back to the stair. Kazlal is not a great choice for a Hillwork fighter. I mean, it's doable. It's high invo, but I think it is. Maybe it's medium invo, I don't remember. And he doesn't have stealth, so you're not giving that up, but you kind of want speed to run away from your noise pools. And Hillwork is 10 speed, so it's not, I guess it's a medium choice, or I don't know. Kaz is kind of a specialist god. So a medium fit can still be a bad decision for Kaz. He needs to be a great fit. He does have an axe specialty, which allows him to deal with crowds. Don't want to go too deep into the middle. In fact, I think I like this area best because it has little connection to the rest of the level. Blowgun. Let him spot me. And then fight him in this one tile. He'll unequip. That's fine. Six poison needles. It's not really enough to train throwing more. Definitely not to primary, which is where it would have to go. So I'll just leave that be. Oops, hungry, so I need to get aggressive. Try to link up with the known stair. No chunks. This looks like an orc vault. It is an orc vault. It's a D3 BO. Fire's blocked. They're inside the rune vault. But I can still... No. Nope. I cannot convert to BO without opening the door. Which sets loose the Deep Elf Arcane Marksman with no spells. But he does have bow. Looks dangerous. Well, actually he looks, yeah, dangerous. Even has a BO altar. And a cloak. Nothing more to learn. There's this unexplored bit, but I'm out of chunks, so I don't want to go there. Just continue on. I'm going to try to hold out for Ellie. Opening that vault would be a bad idea anyway. With my current resources. I guess the Elect Dagger would probably do well against the Ghost. Doesn't have that much armor for a Ghost anyway. Read the Scroll 2 stack. Enchant Armor. Goes on the boots. They're the easiest to enchant to max, which prevents their obsolescence. Okay. Crystal Plate Armor. Amazing. Encumbrance 23. Definitely want that. And some enchant armor. Okay, I'm at 10 AC, 7 EV. And this will take me to 19 AC, 0 EV. Well, I definitely don't have any stealth now. I'm 4 points under the encumbrance rating, so it's not surprising that I lose all my EV. I wouldn't be surprised if it subtracts a flat amount of EV as well, but it doesn't say that. Anyway, absolutely 0 stealth now. May as well enchant the Crystal Plate. I have an amazing GDR now, so it's very nice. Stuff is going to have a hard time hurting me through this. Shouted for the other jackal. No chunks. Should help with hunger since I won't have to rest nearly as much. And be careful in case I get poisoned here, which I did. We could level strength to cope with the weight of this armor sooner, but I think I'm doing well enough. I'm just going to keep investing in it. Even though no EV is a little bit dicey. Jackal and Viper. Surprised that Viper didn't notice me. Not exactly subtle. Okay, 2 Vipers. It's the second scroll, and I still haven't revealed much of the map. So, go ahead and read the 2-stack. Remove curse. Great. Try on the ring. Wizardry. Interesting competition between the spell failure increase of crystal plate and the spell failure decrease of wizardry. I'll need some more strength before anything happens. First ogre. Good place for a blowgun. I think I should have applied that poison at shorter intervals because my throwing is so weak that it's not applying a very high amount of absolute poison, which makes the tears decay faster. Also, he has high natural regen, so it's better to stack it above his natural regen quickly, rather than stretching out the first 2 applications. Step back. Hit me, step back. The whole step back thing is kind of offset by his natural regen being so high, so I'm not sure that's worthwhile. I should try to achieve link up. There we go. TSO vault. You can go for that. No, I can't. No. Because then when I switch to BO after Ellie, I'm too angry. I misspoke earlier. I mean, I could, but that would be committing to good gods, which I don't want to do yet. Okay, that cockroach is actually a problem, because he'll mess up my blocking. Whoa! So he hit me for 20. I'm going to risk going upstairs. Yeah, that hurt. Should have checked the stair was clear before I went. And now I can just kite him. By check the stair is clear, I mean check that I won't get trapped. That would have been bad. So that was poor play. The no EV is really helping his accuracy, obviously. And the heavy weapon is good at piercing high AC. There we go. I definitely outclass him on average damage. It's just he gets lucky on his swings. Grant. No curing yet. I should have used my blowgun. Could be harm. I don't think harm would be so bad with this much AC. Would be very bad versus magic, though. Elemental damage. That's more of a deep dwarf play. Hold off on that. It's not like I need to take a risk. Phantom. Good. Always good to periodically check the flanks. Make sure a patrol hasn't slipped behind. Should be exploring with my blowgun out. Whoa, fighting has skyrocketed up. So short blades needs to go up. And axis needs to go up probably 2 levels. Throwing is okay where it is. As is the rest. Red. It's like a medium info god. Or maybe low, I don't remember. Why have dead followers when you can have live ones? No chunks. Could probably do that Ghost Vault now. But no reason not to level a bit more first. Running low on needles. No identify yet. Try to achieve link up. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was a fast jackal. Could have played that a little differently. Might lose one of my rations here. 3 needles left. Should be poison vulnerable. My poison is really weak. Okay. Have chunks again so I can be more conservative. Second scroll, there's still a significant amount of the map undiscovered, so I'll go ahead and read it. Identify, very good. Regen, excellent. Paired with high AC, that's a big deal. And I'll need to know what the potions are next. Haste is great. Counters the lack of stealth since I can now run away from more things. Vehement is a terrible choice. I mean, not the worst possible choice, but near to it. Waste all the invo, aptitude, and I guess you can do some fire magic. Fire conjurations. Orc Wizard. Well, one thing we don't have yet is MR, not even any curing. With the regen, that probably won't be an issue. I'll try to LOS him. I'd like to meet him in a tighter choke point, in fact. Just so I know where he is when he goes invis. And that wasn't really necessary, but whatever. Oh. Second Orc Wizard. That's not good. What can I do about this? Nothing, I guess. Okay, I can yell him in. Okay, so retreating to these doors turned out to be the right call anyway. There were more wizards. Flail, I don't think I need that. And yet more. Orc pork is on the menu today. Okay, he's a hexer. Trying to confuse me. Can I close doors? No. Should have closed the door before I got confused. My mistake. mean, this is not a particularly difficult start, since the, well, there's the early elect dagger, but I kind of earned that. Giant spike club is not good. But then the crystal plate was not earned. It was just a gift. Okay, so what's the plan? I think I want to isolate him. The giant spike club, I'm a little bit worried. And there's a teleport trap I can use for separation up there. So this one will do. I think I'll just ring swap. To minimize his energy. Oops. When he steps adjacent. Yeah. Okay, he hit me once for 0 damage. So now I'll move to this pillar. And good to go. That makes up for my incautious handling of an ogre earlier. Alright. That said, rushing to the temple is... Wow, that's not what I wanted to do. Should just keep backing up. Nope. Wrong. He's not poisoned. Although there is an argument to be made for letting the poison tier reduce by backing up a bit after you're poisoned. I don't think it's a good argument, though. Okay, this seems like a secure entrance. Ashen Zari is a pretty bad choice. No invo. The club is decent. Particularly with this extreme AC and regen setup, that's a serious option. What I want is Ellie, and there she is. So now I'm guaranteed to have counters for, you know, poison and a whole bunch of other threats, statuses, and so forth. And these heals are going to be huge with this high AC, and I guess the regen kind of reduces the value of the heals. But on the other hand, that lets me conserve piety for heal other and for purification. So Ellie it is. Go ahead and explore the rest of this, since I still have chunks, or I did, until just now. Okay, no more gods. So we leave. Giac leaves. Giac. He's basically Jack. Giac. Call him Jack. Oh, trying to make it interesting. Shafted for 3 full floors. That is dramatic. So the D5 Ellie and then the shaft to D8. Still at 0 piety. Skills are looking okay. With 3 needles, it's not worth training or throwing. Armour and shields could use a bit of training. Given how amazing my armor is for this XL, I should probably give it 2 levels. Invo will be training that soon. I'm tempted to leave this as a cliffhanger. It's going to be a long recovery, so on the one hand I'm kind of jacked, as in strong, and on the other hand I'm in a very unpleasant situation. See how much these gloves increase my AC. From 21 to 22, okay. Definitely do not want a big pull right now, so stick to the... Whoa! Okay. Getting serious here. I do have a pillar, but who knows what else is going to show up. Did he shout? He did not. So I'd rather just stay in this kill hole and cloth might. It's either that or haste and run. Try might first. Don't hurt me. Oh. 35 plus 2 jack clubs. Minus my AC. I got a swing, he's almost dead. Alright. That's an instant level up. You feel clever, although that wasn't the cleverest thing you ever did. Whew. Okay, I'm going to retreat back to my... I do have regen, so... You know, if I was in one-shot territory, maybe I should have just out-regened him. I didn't think of that. Maybe that was the better play. Well, I can find out. Fsimmed. What is it? Two-Headed Ogre? Yeah. So he can max hit 42. And I don't remember what I was at just then. But it might have been a little bit under 42. So in that case, I should have backed off a little bit and regened, since I have the regen amulet. And plenty of might duration. Wasn't that significant of a mistake, though, because backing off could have easily caused an ad, in which case it would have been a big problem. So very small, possibly suboptimal play. Okay, upstairs. Plus with Ellie, she does offer some chance of mitigating a lethal blow. That allows slightly riskier play. I already hit my armor goal. Okay, I think starting a new floor is probably a good place to stop. Semi-cliffhanger. Wait, I had a dramatic crux moment, so I think it's a good place to in the session. I've been playing for a while, and I'm even starting to make some questionable decisions. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Or you'll hear me next time.